Welcome to Let's Play Podcast.
What's up, everybody?
Yeah. It's been, I think, another 2 weeks since we played or so.
Yeah.
Last time we fought Genova on the boat, and we got off the boat, and now we're in Costa del Sol. And then you had to find a save point without me watching, but that's okay. We're here now. Did you do everything in Costa del Sol? I'm not sure what you actually have to do there. Hojo's on the beach. I don't think there's anything more than a conversation there. Ooh, it's an egg. Anyway, we'll figure it out.
We will.
Ben.
Mike.
Some shit happened this morning, overnight, that I want to talk about.
Overnight?
So, absurdly, Nintendo decided to put out some news. First bit, the NX will not be at E3 this year.
Oh, yes, I did hear that.
So, kind of weird, but okay. They're going to focus on Zelda at E3. That's going to be their big pushes for the new Zelda. Second bit of news. The NX
Which I find weird.
Yes?
Because I honestly believed that the new Zelda was going to be an NX game.
Well, we're getting to that. We're not done yet. There's three pieces of news. So, that was the first one. Second piece of news, the NX is coming out in March 2017. So
yes,
they
I saw
announced
that.
a rough date. Also weird. It's still coming out within a year, but they're not going to talk about it at E3.
Right. There's not going to be another E3 between...
Right. Between the release and this E3, which is weird. And then third bit of news. They're using E3 to talk about Zelda. They're not going to show the NX. But they did announce that Zelda will be on Wii U and on NX. And that Zelda was delayed to next year. So it's probably going to come out as a launch title for NX. I assume they're probably going to do the same thing they did with Twilight Princess. So it'll come out, launch with NX only, and then like a month or two later it'll come out on Wii U. Probably.
It's just silly.
That's ridiculous. And not unexpected at all. I completely expected this to become an NX game, and for the Wii U version to be inferior and such. But to just announce it like out of the blue is pretty bizarre.
Yeah.
And then just covering up the NX, you know, like it's one of the first times they've officially like talked about the NX themselves. Usually everything's all leaks and dev kits and stuff. This is one of the first times I've really seen them refer to the NX being real and it's coming. They put a release date on it, and then they say they're not going to talk about it.
It is the first time it's been actually talked about.
They did say, also confirm that it's still just the code name. It's not the name of the actual console.
Thank God.
I mean, it's not the best name, but it's better than the Wii.
Why
the
is
Wii U.
the Carbon Bangle more expensive than the Platinum Bangle? Does it have less slots?
It potentially does, but it's also better defense.
So I should just buy a few, right?
Go ahead and click on the Platinum one first. Oh, it has double growth, that's why. You gain double the AP for your materia when you fight, which is good, but I wouldn't say it's a necessary thing right now.
Okay. Should I get a double bangle?
Yeah, pick up 3.
Sorry, a carbon bangle?
Yeah, pick up 3 of them. Enough for your party that you're using.
Sounds good.
So yeah, fucking God, Nintendo, I can't wrap my head around what they're doing. I don't know.
Yeah.
You might have also seen that there's a new potential patent for the controller came out, got leaked.
I did not notice that.
It's
DJ Fluffy.
It's potentially worse than the phone controller that we've seen.
Really?
It's not as odd because it's not just like a glass screen with no buttons or anything on it and like scroll wheels on top. It's do you remember the original PS3 controller, the Boomerang?
Yes.
It's kind of like that, but upside down. So you have your two hands on these two rods on two sides. It's like two remotes, but then they're connected by this U shape on the bottom. It's I'll throw a picture of it now that we're talking about. I'll throw it onto the actual video once it posts, so we can show it. But it's just a big U, and all the buttons are at the top of the two ends of the U shape, where your thumbs go, I guess, your hands go. God, I hope that's just another weird iteration that they had, that they were like, well, we might as well put a patent out on it, but it's not going to actually happen.
Right.
God, because it's awful. It's really bad. I don't know what they're thinking. And then supposedly this thing's going to be more powerful than the PS4, which it should be. It's 3 years newer than the PS4.
Right.
But nothing matches up. Nothing is matching up for me in my head. I don't understand. I had a thought this morning too that's sort of connected, and then it'll connect back over to something else we wanted to talk about. I had this thought this morning about when this came up and they were talking about the NX version of Zelda U and stuff. I was like, well, there's all these games that I just realized that Nintendo kind of shoots themselves in the foot, where their games are designed to be innovative alongside their platform, but that also means that they're not going to be able to move to new platforms easily. Right? So, like, a game that's too dreaded down in the, for instance, Star Fox Zero for the Wii U, it's built on the control system of using the tablet and the extra screen and the gyro in the tablet to play the game. So, if you tried to port that to... Let's say the NX is exactly like a PS4 or an Xbox One, a normal controller and everything. Trying to port that over isn't really going to work. So that means, unlike the Virtual Console, which almost all like old school Nintendo games have come up to, they can't do that with Wii games and with Wii U games without a lot of extra work to refit the entire game to work on a normal traditional control style. And I found that, like, I'd never actually thought that before, and I find that to be very short-sighted for them. Because that's cutting off a lot of potential future revenue.
Yeah.
I would imagine.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But, I don't know, I feel like they just don't care about their console.
I don't think they care about longevity. I think they want to hit while it's hot and then move on to something else. And I think it's going to bite them.
Yeah.
It already has with the Wii U, really. Because nobody understood it.
It's true. And I mean, I am one of the first people to defend the Wii U because I think it's a great console. I love it.
I think it's fine. It has the same weaknesses as the Wii does, where it doesn't have a lot of third-party support. Like, all the games you play in it are Nintendo games.
Yeah, but to be fair, I don't want to play any third-party games on it.
Yes, but I would still like to see other parties do stuff for the console. Like, we still got decent, like, GameCube and Wii games that were exclusive to the console. You didn't really get that with Wii U, you know?
I understand what you mean. So, not Nintendo-made exclusive games.
Right. Not first-party and second-party games from Nintendo.
Right.
The reason Nintendo's failed basically for the last 2 or 3 generations because they have not garnered good third-party support. And that started all the way back with the 64 not having discs. That's where they first really got bad will with third parties. And then the GameCube didn't do much better. And then the Wii, the only people that made games for it were people that could make waggle games that were cheap, and then they sold decently. And then Wii U didn't really have much of anything. They had to put money out to get exclusive games like Bayonetta 2.
Right.
And that was
God, I love Bayonetta.
Yeah, and I wish I could see Bayonetta 1 and 2 like on PS4.
You know, speaking of Bayonetta, did you see the news about what's his name from Platinum leaving?
Yes. He was a bigwig. He was like a CEO or a director or something.
One of the creative directors and CEOs of or
it's a big guy.
Chief something. I don't really know where I'm going, so I'm just going.
I can pull up a kind of a direction for you, but generally you're pursuing Sephiroth. That's the purpose right now. You can head south into the mountain, and you have to get to Mount Corel.
All right.
Because you're heading to the Golden Saucer, I think, actually, is the next big area you're going to hit, which will be fun. So yeah, that's interesting. Do we think it's actually going to mean anything for the company overall? I don't know much about their structure.
Right. I hope not.
They've been killing it lately. Like their licensed games have been awesome.
I mean, yeah.
And I mean, speaking of though, they also did Star Fox Zero. So.
Yeah.
But I think the weaknesses there come from Nintendo, not Platinum. Yeah. Like the new Ninja Turtles game looks awesome. Like I actually really want to play it. Transformers Devastation looked really good. Bayonetta 2 looked fantastic, but I'm never going to play it because it's exclusive. The last one I did play all the way through was Metal Gear Rising, which I actually really enjoyed. Some people didn't like it because it was too un-Metal Gear-like, but I didn't expect that because it was like a action ninja game, not a stealth game. And I thought it was really well done. It was fun.
Yeah, I mean, I played both Bayonettas.
Yeah. Platinum's one of those companies, like, unlike, for the third-party Nintendo side, like, I just pulled up their list of games. Mad World was their first one, and that was a Wii exclusive. Like, that was one of the few, like, third-party on Nintendo that was good. And it made use of the console, but it also was just a good hardcore gamer game. Mm-hmm. Bayonetta was the same, but then that one was multi-platform at the time. Vanquish. They did Vanquish. That was an awesome game, too.
That was a good game.
That was a fun-ass game. And it was just a weird one that no one, like, it was low-key. Anarchy Reigns. I remember that one, too. That was a weird one. But it was interesting. They do have a lot of Nintendo on here, though. They did Mad World and Bayonetta 2, Wonderful 101, Star Fox Zero, Star Fox Guard. Their next big one is Scalebound, which is an Xbox One exclusive.
Yeah, no, I'm excited about Scalebound.
Yeah. And then they've also got the new Nier game, which is a PS4 exclusive as of right now.
Motherfucker.
That comes out this year. Interesting. Yeah, Platinum's cool. I hope they don't falter based on what's going on. I don't see that happening either. I'm sure they will continue on just fine.
Yeah.
But they did make Star Fox, so I don't think that was their fault. I think that was Nintendo. They wanted their forced innovation.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just don't think it works. Because supposedly, I talked about it with Sam last night, and it's going to be weird because we're talking about breaking news and like Star Fox, and this episode's not going to come out for like another month and a half. But I recorded Star Fox 2 Let's Play with Sam last night, and that's going to be coming out like next week in real time. So it's going to be like a month before the Let's Play or the Final Fantasy VII Let's Play comes out. But we talked about kind of like how overall the reception for Star Fox Zero is pretty bad, and it's all reliant on the controller like being shit, like it just not working that well and being hard to grasp. The one like review that I've seen, I've looked at a couple. The one review I've seen that's really like positive towards the game is the Completionist, and he got a copy like early like last month, and he's played the whole game 100%, completed it because that's what he does.
The Completionist completes games?
He does. He 100%. Sometimes takes him way too long. Like I would never do what the Completionist does because he's played games like Skyrim and stuff. 100% completion. like multiple playthroughs, and done everything in the game for one like 20-minute video that comes out. Like it has the same relevance to any of his other videos that take him like a week to do, and that one probably took him months. You know what I mean?
I haven't watched any of his stuff.
It's good and bad sometimes.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it goes across the scale, but I enjoy it. But anyway, he played it all the way through 100%, and he loves the game. But he's very clear, like he has an entire section of the review that basically says like the game's not getting reviewed well, and unlike me, most people don't finish the game. They don't complete it, you know, and he's like, it took me a long time to get good with the controllers. Like, for hardcore gamers and for casuals, it takes time to learn how to play this game. As you like get up that curve and you get good at the game, it becomes more enjoyable, and it makes that feeling of old Star Fox comes back. And he apparently he really loves Star Fox, so he was like, a lot of the review was comparing to 64 because that is kind of the height of Star Fox, is Star Fox 64. And what's interesting is that most of the reviews and stuff I've seen, they really show off the open world part of the game and like the transformer part of the game, where you go into the bases and you do the hacking and it looks awful. Like that's what looks really boring about the game for me.
Right.
And then, but in his review, he showed like a lot more of the game because he plays the whole thing. So he showed like the first level is Corneria, and it's a normal like on rails. You're flying through the city, and it's like it's almost exactly like Star Fox 64, but it looks amazing, and the controls are new, and it's like, well, if that's what the game is, that's what I want. And supposedly that is a lot of the game, but for some reason, all these other reviews and stuff that are out there are all showing the new stuff, which is the ground battle and the assault stuff, and like that's all the stuff that looks like shit, and we don't want to play. But they're making it seem like that's the whole game. So I want to sit down and play it for real myself and really get my own opinion on it finally, instead of just being like, the controls and just having bad feelings about it. Have you are you a Star Fox fan? I know.
No. It was never a game that I really played a whole lot of at all. I'm
trying to remember. Was it you that said you didn't have like 64 or anything like that?
No, I had 64.
You did? Okay, maybe I'm thinking of someone else, Michael or something.
No, I had a 64.
Okay.
It was probably the second console I owned after the Sega Genesis.
Oh, okay. See, I mean, I've been a fan since the original Star Fox, and Star Fox 64 is still like 20 years ago now. The game came out. And it's still. Like,
honestly, I don't think I could even say that I've played a Star Fox game. All I know of Star Fox is Smash Brothers.
Yeah, it's not the same.
Right.
Yeah. It's fun. After playing Star Fox 2 with Sam last night, I do think I'm going to sit down and play Star Fox 64 for a Let's Play at some point.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, because 64 is just... It's a great game. The weird thing about Star Fox, though, is they basically remake the game every time.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, the original Star Fox, and then Star Fox 64, and apparently Star Fox Zero, they're all essentially the same game. They just mechanically get more advanced and look better and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
But apparently the story is essentially the same every time. So there's no reference to the other games happening. So it's like Zelda. It just keeps retelling the same story with little differences. And in comparison to Star Fox 2, which is a game for Super Nintendo that never came out, it got canceled when it was like already done being made. A lot of that game is in 64, in Star Fox Command, which was a DS game, and this new Star Fox. Like the Transformer thing with the ship, that's from Star Fox 2. But it never actually happened, so then 20 years later, or actually more than 20 years now, they actually put it into a game, which is crazy.
Huh.
Anyway, I think that's enough about Star Fox. That's one whole episode done. You're getting close to Mount Corel, which is good. You're about to hit this bridge, which is kind of a bitch. So, thanks everybody. Next time on Let's Play Podcast.
Hey, don't forget to, if you like us, to hit that subscribe button on the YouTube. So
yeah, I guess we could do that at the end of every episode. It's just a throwaway sentence, so we don't have to make it tedious.
No.
So yeah, hit subscribe, comment, like, and all that shit. Cause
you just made it tedious.
Yeah. See you guys.
Bye.